Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sagar. I'm a fourth year medical student. And in this video, I'll be talking about my journey as a first generation immigrant, first generation college student from a community college to Cornell University, Johns Hopkins, and eventually to medical school. So I am originally from Nepal. My family and I moved to the United States roughly a decade ago. And I started my educational journey back in my home state, Maryland, at the Community College of Baltimore County. During that time, I was also working full time. I was working 2 to 3 jobs and going to school full time. So it was incredibly challenging. It was very, very difficult. It was difficult to navigate the American educational system, right? I was new to the country. I'm still figuring out, so was my family. But at the same time, I was working multiple jobs so I can support myself and also support my family. But I went to a great community college. The people were really nice. The professors were really kind. What happened was after the first year or so, I got into the honors program at CCBC at my community college. And then eventually I was inducted into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. So that literally changed my life. I was introduced to professors and mentors through these organizations that helped me tremendously to grow as an individual, to grow as a leader, and to navigate the educational system. During that time, I was the eldest member in my family. I was helping my siblings kind of go through schools, go through college as well, and also providing support to my family. So needless to say, it was a time of incredible challenge, but also I would say that it was also a time when I had a lot of growth as a person. So in CCBC, I knew that about the summer program. During that time, it used to be called Summer Medical and Dental Education Program, or SMDP, and I was accepted at the University of Nebraska Medical Center, and I came down to Nebraska to do a summer program, and that was an amazing program. I knew I wanted to be a physician even prior to immigrating to the US, but I obviously did not know what are the steps that I needed to take in order to be a physician. As you can imagine, being a first gen, there was no one to guide and there was no one to kind of tell me, okay, this is what you do, A, B, C, things of that nature. So this internship was particularly very helpful in sort of like telling me like what are the next steps that I need to take in order to be a physician. After I came back from Nebraska, I was fortunate enough to get another summer internship at the National Institutes of Health, the NIH, doing neuroscience research. And this particular research position was for community college students during that time. And it was my first research experience. And it was really great because I was with a wonderful, wonderful mentor. And I learned tremendously. I learned a lot about basic science research. Fast forward, I was thinking about applying to transfer schools, and I thought I would apply to particularly schools in Maryland or around Maryland. And I didn't know much about the different school systems. And my professor at Community College of Baltimore County, he really encouraged me to think bigger and encouraged me to apply to Ivy League schools, including Cornell University. So I applied to Cornell. I also applied to Jack Kane Cook undergraduate transfer scholarship. So I ended up graduating from CCBC with 2 associate degrees. And I was very fortunate to be selected as a class speaker for the graduating class of 2015. That year was incredibly very powerful in my life because I found that I was also selected as the Jack Kane Cook undergraduate transfer scholar. So that scholarship literally changed my life. It opened the doors of Cornell University for me. I got accepted to Cornell as well. And I actually ended up going to Cornell over other schools that I was accepted to. So it was really great. Again, same thing though. I ended up going to Cornell. I was so grateful, so happy to be at that university. But I also realized that students like me who come from a very humble background and who have a lot of disadvantaged identities, there are not that many students in Ivy League, right? But Cornell was a very supportive environment. We were able to do a lot of great things. I ended up being a part of a first generation student union at Cornell. And we ended up doing some great things with my colleagues. So it was really, really wonderful. I also got introduced to health policy. I transferred to Cornell as thinking that I was going to do biology and neuroscience, and I ended up actually making my own major, and I studied not only biology with a focus on neuroscience, but also health policy, but also social justice. So I did lots of different things. So it was really great. And I took one class at Cornell that introduced me to the US healthcare system. And that's where I found that my love for health policy and public health. So while I was at Cornell University, I was also accepted to another research position at the NIH, or the National Institute on Drug Abuse, doing a neuroscience research. I also did another summer program as an undergraduate at Johns Hopkins University, and this was also a neuroscience research program. So as you can tell, with the guidance from my professors at CCBC and at Cornell University, I was very fortunate to get accepted to all these prestigious research programs at these prestigious institutions. So it was really, really great. So I graduated from Cornell in 2017. And then I took a research position at Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, where I spent a summer doing health policy work. And that was a wonderful experience. And after that, I was selected as into the Doctoral Diversity Program Scholar at Johns Hopkins University. And I spent a year at Johns Hopkins doing ophthalmology research, doing glaucoma research. And that was again incredibly a wonderful experience for me. I was actually asked to go to Vancouver to present my research, and again that was just great, right? So hence the show to Vancouver, Canada. So during that gap year, I not only did research, but I also studied for MCAT, and I applied to medical schools, and then I decided to go to University of Nebraska College of Medicine. And fast forward, I'm a fourth-year medical student, about to graduate in a year from now. So the reason I'm sharing this story with you is because when I was a freshman and I was going through this process, I was like, there were so many times when I felt like I was so lost, and there were times when I questioned myself, is this going to be possible? Me, a first gen, an immigrant coming from a humble background, am I going to make it to a good 4-year school? Am I going to make it to medical school? I had all these questions in my mind, and I was always looking for people who had done this prior to me, and there were not that many videos, so it was very difficult. So I hope this video tells you that you can absolutely do it. Obviously, it's hard, right? There's going to be a lot of days of hard work. You will absolutely need mentorship from people, right? So you will need support from your family, but with all these factors playing in your favor, you can absolutely do it, right? You can go to a solid 4-year university from community college. You can be a physician or whatever else you want to be. So it's absolutely possible. So for me, it's been quite a journey from community college in Maryland all the way to Cornell and now to medical school. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave it in the comments below, and I will see you at the next video. Have a great day.